a good leader? Well, you should have emotional stability. What does it mean? A person with stable emotions is able to control his temper well, tolerate frustration and stress, is calm and confident. Let's make it simple. For example, in this situation that a leader faces problems such as workplace conflicts, house loans, car loans, and family problems with time constraint. A leader like Mutu that without emotional stability will definitely pass out and fail to solve the problems occurred. Whereas, a leader like Ben that has emotional stability will solve the problems effectively and intelligently. Now, I'm sure you understand what emotional stability is all about. Let me introduce to you the two main characters in this case. The first character, which is known as Jessica. Jessica is an extrovert which has characteristics such as active, talkative, assertive, sociable, and enthusiastic. Extroverts like to dress up in decorative and attractive clothing. The second character is Matt, which is an introvert with characteristics like quiet, less sociable, and engaged in solitary activities such as reading, hiking, writing, and using computer. First scene in the party. Jessica, who is an extrovert, enjoys being with people because she's energized when surrounded by other people. Besides, she also enjoys making new friends. She stands out among the crowd because an extrovert like Jessica can easily mingle around and enjoy herself in activities like social gathering, parties, community activities, and business. Let's say there's 15 people in a party, she still needs 30 more to lighten it up. On the other hand, an introvert like Matt will rather do something like staring at a picture, finding excuses to go to the restroom, and having his drink on his own while waiting for the time to pass, than interacting with others in the party. In the workplace, an extrovert like Jessica enjoys time with people and spend minimal time being alone. Jessica prefers upbeat and energetic music. Personality does influence how people arrange their work. Jessica likes to keep her door open. Jessica decorates her office more with flowers, stationeries, wall painting, and extra chair to encourage interaction with her co-workers. On the other hand, Matt, who is an introvert, discourages social interaction. Thus, his door is always closed and has less decoration in his office. Matt's daily routine is basically the same, which is doing his work according to the job scope given until it's time to go home. He prefers to spend his time alone. However, introversion is not seen as shy to being a social outcast.
Alex loves to join a lot of activities in his school. Although Alex joins many activities, he is a good follower. He only follows what the leader asks and does not voice out his opinion. Later, Alex joins a leadership camp organized by the school. The leadership camp provides a lot of activities such as interaction games and seminar. Alex learns how to be a leader through these activities. After the camp, Alex gains more confidence and knows how to communicate with his friends. After that, he joins more activities and he always voices out his opinion during the meeting. Finally, from being a follower, Alex now becomes a good leader.
One day, a supervisor assigned a task to his subordinate, which required each of them to make their own car within 1 hour. During the briefing, the subordinate do not ask any question even though they are not clear about the task given. Once the supervisor leaves, the subordinate start to discuss about how to carry out the task. However, nobody has an idea about it. After 1 hour, the supervisor returned to the office again to check their final work. The supervisor felt very unhappy and disappointed. Because their production do not reach his expected time, the supervisor gives clear direction and tell them the right step to make a car before they start their work. Finally, the subordinate complete their task within the time given. This time, the supervisor felt happy and satisfied when he saw his subordinate have done their job. A supervisor assigned a task to his subordinate, which required each of them to make their own car within 1 hour. The subordinate looked like very confident about the task during the briefing given by their supervisor. They promised that they will complete their task on time. Once the supervisor leaves, the subordinate start to make their own car. After 1 hour, the supervisor returned to the office again to check their final work. The supervisor felt very happy and satisfied when he saw his subordinate have done their job well. During the tea time, the supervisor have a nice chat with the subordinate. For this scenario, we can see that the supervisor tried to build up a good relationship with his subordinates.
There are two types of leadership styles. The first one is task-oriented leaders, which is low LPC, and the second one is relationship-oriented leaders, which is high LPC. To determine the most effective leadership style, you have to identify your particular situation based on 3 distinct factors. The first one is, are your leader-member relations good or poor? Second, is the task you are doing structured and clear? Or is it more unstructured and complex? Third, do you have strong or weak position power over your team? Now, let me give you 2 examples. Scenario 1. One day, John gets a new job and he comes to the new company. 3 months later, John replaced the old leader who recently retired. However, the subordinates seems like do not like him and views John with distrust. Here, we can see that John having a poor leader-member relation. The task assigned to the team is structured and well-defined. And since John is the boss, he has a high position power in the company. In this situation, the most effective leadership style would be high LPC. There is a leader who focuses on building relations first. Scenario 2. In the company, John is leading a team who likes and respects him. The subordinates always trust him. From this, we can see that John having a good leader-member relation. The project assigned to John's team is unstructured and complex and needs high level of creativity to complete it. And John is the manager of the company, so his position power is high. In this situation, the most effective leadership style would be low LPC. There is a leader who focuses in the task first. In the path-goal theory of leadership, there are 4 types of leader behaviors. First, supportive leadership. Second, directive leadership. Third, participative leadership. 4. Achievement-oriented leadership. And now the question is, among these 4 leader behaviors, which one will be more effective? To identify the most appropriate leader behaviors, we have to look at the both situational variables. They are work environment characteristics and also subordinate characteristics. The 3 important environment characteristics include task structure. The task is either structured or unstructured. The formal authority system, and the nature of the work group. Meanwhile, the 3 main characteristics of subordinates are authoritarianism, locus of control, either internal or external, and ability to work. Let me give you 2 examples. Scenario 1. John is the new manager in the company. The subordinates accept his authority as their leader and respect him all the time. The task assigned to the team is complex and unstructured. Most of the subordinates are new and they have less ability to work. They always need John to tell them what things to be done. However, there is a work group to share the tasks and support each other. So, which leader behaviors is more suitable in these situations? The answer is directive leadership. Scenario 2. John is the new manager in the company. However, the subordinates seems like not willing to accept John as their new leader. The task assigned to the team is complex and unstructured. But most of the subordinates have working experience before, so they have high level of ability to do the task well. There are few work groups in the company, but the bonding between each other is not close enough. In this situation, which leader behaviors is most suitable? The answer is participative leadership. In normative decision model, the leader's decision styles can be separated to 4 major types. They are autocratic, consultative, group, and delegation. The appropriate leader's decision styles is determined by 8 contingency factors. They are quality requirements, commitment requirements, commitment probability, leader information, subordinate information, structure of the problem, goal congruence, and employee conflict. Let me give you an example. John has been chosen to be the chairperson of a committee to coordinate the activities carried out by several departments in the company. The coordination problems are complex and unstructured. To solve the problem, it needs a high level of involvement and commitment of every department. However, in this case, John is only a design chairperson, but not the boss, so he has no formal authority over the committee members. He also does not have enough information to make the decision alone. But John is glad because most of the committee members have sufficient information about their own departments, and they are willing to work together to improve the coordination problem among departments. Finally, John follows and implements the decision made by the committee members. So, what is the most appropriate leader's decision styles in this situation? Is it autocratic, consultative, group, or delegation? The answer is group decision styles, G2. Because in this case, John asked the opinion of the committee members first, then they just make the final decision together.